Hey Capricorn, welcome to Black Star Tarot. This is your love reading for the month of May. Let's see what you got coming in, Capricorn. Your number 4. Okay. So it's been pretty decent, right? We have some signs that are not ready for love right now. We got people who don't know what they want to do. You know, they don't know who to choose or what to choose. And then we had a crazy person. So hopefully your reading will be a lot better. Okay. All right. Ooh, we got a Queen of Wands. So somebody has somebody's attention. And then we have, look, the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck. So somebody wants to offer this queen a little something, something. You see that? I see it already. So the Queen of Wands is beautiful. She looks good. She smells good. Her voice is absolutely amazing. His voice is like so awesome. I don't know. Y'all get the point. Like the Queen of Wands is everything. Like everything that, you know, you could dream of. They're definitely attractive, okay? And they're fun and they're creative, right? They're all of that. So let's see what else is going on with this queen, okay? So Capricorn, there's this fire sign around you. You see it? Look at that. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Could definitely be a Leo, right? Oh, sugar shooky now. But there's more. So we have this 3 of Cups. So we got some visitors, okay? You know, the queen didn't come in with a king or anything. This queen has some friends, right? She has some attachments, okay? And they may make her sad. Maybe they make her upset. Capricorn, okay? Whoever this person is, they could be sad. I don't know how they went from all this celebration to, you know, the 5 of Cups energy where they're so down and out. And now, they're just waiting. So you guys are waiting. You're just waiting. So this is weird because you kind of got this energy where everything is great, right? You got all this fire and fun going on over here. And then over here, you have this silence and this sadness. I'm not sure what that is. It's confusing me. So let's get some more cards. Could be dealing with a Pisces as well. I feel like it's like this energy of stop and go. Do I go? Should I go? Should I not go? Do I stay? I feel like a stop and go energy. That's what just popped in my head. All right, so now let's get some more cards. Okay. All right. More messages for Capricorn in love spirit. Okay. I like for them to fly out. I don't like to rush them. See? Look, what's up? Do I stay? Do I go? One day you're happy, one day you're sad. Somebody's emotions are all over the place, okay? There's happy days, there's sad days, there's days of inactivity, okay? Someone is just, you know, I don't know. What are they? They're running away, walking away. 8 of Cups. Definitely it's like, you know, letting go, walking away. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. Oh, Jesus Christmas. All right, so somebody's in a new cycle. We can say that, all right? And there is some energy here that feels like it needs to be worked out, okay? There's a lot of, I see like a lot of giving. Like there's like a lot of sharing. Like I see that with this, right? I see there's a lot of sharing between, you know, the like exchanges of things between hands, like, hey, you scratch my back and I'll scratch yours, or maybe you bought somebody something and then they turned around and bought you something in return. There's definitely some even in exchange there. There's happiness. There's the wheel. There's the wheel, and the wheel brings so much. So you have an Aquarius around you. You have a Leo, you have Scorpio, and you have Taurus. But this all talks about changing something around. Like someone's making moves to I don't know, to, let's find out to where. That's a good question. Let's see what come out after this wheel. All right. They're trying to follow their intuition. So somebody, there's a lot of spirituality. You know, I feel like there's a lot of destiny on this table, so to speak. All right. So here's what we got. So we have the wheel. And I feel that you are at some type of turning point, some type of change when it comes to your love life this month, Capricorn. And I feel that you're not just following your heart. I feel like because the High Priestess is here, that tells me like you're following like, you know, like a higher understanding, like, or like you're looking at this wisely, right? You're looking at it in a way to where you're making sure that nobody gets hurt. Okay, because it looks like people have been hurt before, because we have this 5 of Cups, and the 5 of Cups, you know, it talks about sorrow, heartbreak, grief, you know, just things being all messed up, you know, basically. And then you have this runaway over here, this 8 of Cups, you know, the runaway, where, you know, when things get tough, they go hide and then they run away. So somebody's, you know, leaving, you know, that energy. And the wheel is here to kind of reshape destiny for this relationship. I see cups. There are definitely cups here. You know, we got 3 cards that represent cups. I'm kind of more feeling like, you know, particularly with the wheel, that this is a card of fate, destiny, you know, soulmate, twin flame, you know, kind of thing. You know, the wheel kind of has that. But what I like about this is that there's strategy here. Like, it's like you're not changing, you know, your world or your person's world. You're just turning that wheel like one roll at a time. And you're being very cautious with the High Priestess. You're being real cautious. Like, you're taking the knowledge and what you know about relationships, and you're using that before you hop on this horse and head in. Like, this knight is on his horse. He got on here and he's going down the street, dun, 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 right? And he stops at the High Priestess house first. And he asks the High Priestess, like, hey, you know, how do I handle, you know, this relationship? You know, how do I not end up in this 5 of Cups or this 8 of Cups energy? How do I do it? And the High Priestess tells the knight, and then the knight goes to, you know, the Wheel of Fortune, picks up his gifts, right? And he changes his destiny when it comes to love, you know, and relationships. You know, you change the behavior, right? You know, what you didn't work before, why are you going to do it again? But that is not the case, okay? This is well played, Capricorn. So we have barriers. We have vibrations. And we have release. So even though the cards don't reflect it much, right? We have some key players in this reading, particularly with this pride and ego on the bottom of the deck. So barriers are here as safety mechanism, as protections, right? You know, everybody has them. Everybody's going to experience them. And this queen may have a lot of barriers. I feel that whoever this fire sign is got a lot of barriers, right? And then we have this release card. So we have somebody here who has, you know, looks at things from a different perspective, right? They look at things from a different perspective, and they know how to release. They know how to, you know, avoid challenges, or to fix a bad argument, or to stop things before they start, because they know how this person, right, knows how to look at things from a different perspective. Like, argument's not going to solve anything. So this person has released a lot. And because of that, that is why this relationship is being drawn to you, because you guys are on the same frequency, okay? You know, this person has barrier, this person's releasing, and so there's healing that will eventually probably show up, hopefully down the road, okay? I just see that. And then we have missing you. Too many. We have hopes and wishes. And we have inadequate. So rejection is something I think that everybody you know deals with. Okay, but if you're missing intimacy, you're missing love, and this is what you really yearn for, you're gonna have to get over that inadequacy, that fear of rejection, because that's all that is. It's not that you think you're inadequate, you just think that, you know, you're gonna be rejected, or your person is thinking that they're gonna be rejected. But, you know, it's not over yet, right? You just have to navigate this relationship carefully. You're gonna have to be patient. You're going to have to know how to balance out the situation, and eventually it'll lead to what you want, which is ultimately marriage. I know it's here because it's this hopes and wishes card is here. Okay, so right now you're just holding on. I can see where you and your person are just holding on. I do believe that there's a past life connection. Here it is on the bottom of the deck. You know, so just know change is coming. Okay, so be prepared, be ready, be willing. Right. So we have impossible to fix. And then we have secrets. Okay. And then we have the serious offer on the bottom of the deck. So we definitely have a naysayer, you know, but the thing about it is they're not, you know, I guess they wouldn't call them a naysayer, but, you know, this is somebody's real thoughts of what they think in secret. They think they are inadequate, that they're, you know, that they're impossible to fix, whether this is physically, mentally, or both, right? They may hold these things in secrets in their mind. They may even have secrets, but I just feel like this is what they secretly think, right? And they don't think that, you know, this is a serious offer. This person could have been hurt, right? They could be dealing with toxic energies. All of this is part of this divine plan that is showing up in the cards. Okay, so, you know, we have this settling for less card that kind of showing up here, but it's not that at all, right? I don't think that anybody's settling for less. I feel like this is a once in a lifetime opportunity, as the card says, right? You know, I just feel like this rodeo right here just wasn't what some of you may have been expecting. Maybe you saw this relationship coming in a different way, you know, at a different time with a different person. But nope, you got who you got. And clearly universe thinks that you guys are on the same frequency. So whether this is for love or whether this is for a friend for life, it doesn't matter. It's here. All right, so Capricorn, thank you. And this is your love reading. I'll see you in the next video.